All right. We are live. We are live. Hopefully everything is going good. I did not make a video earlier today. I was a bit busy, so I wasn't able to put the video out, but I did tell myself I was going to go live and talk about a few things that have crossed the airwaves the past couple of days, and also some things that just crossed my mind. It's just some things that, that crossed my mind I want to talk about. So everything is good. I want to check the audio. Obviously want to check the audio, make sure that is good. Make sure we are up and running. And we're going to get into these topics that I want to talk about today. And I think it's going to be a pretty good evening. I know it's a little late, but I want to try to do a live stream at least every other day, if possible. And if I can get that up and running, then just be as consistent as possible. That's going to be the plan. So other than that, I'm just going to try my best to keep it moving with the content. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Thanks to everybody who's been watching the content. You guys have been absolutely awesome. And looks like, yeah, so like the audio is absolutely phenomenal. Once again, I do have some sound pads that I'm going to be putting up on the wall probably tomorrow. I got them from the old house, so I'm going to be putting that in. So even if the sound sounds good now, I want to continue to try to build on that sound. It's a little messy back here. My son's been up here. He's playing Astrobot. He loves Astrobot. That is his thing. And so he wanted to play that. And for the most part, we're just going to continue to do what we do. What I'm going to do now, let me go ahead and send this out to the stratosphere so people could see what we're doing over here. Hopefully everybody who wants to come through, please share the content. Don't forget to like when you come in, like the video. If you don't mind, share it. Like I said, let people know what we're doing over here, and we're going to keep pushing as much as we can. I want to talk about the God of War 20th anniversary. That is coming up. I got some ideas what I think they should do. There's a little rumor out there saying what they may do when it comes to God of War 20th anniversary. So that's going to be interesting how that goes. Also, you have Mortal Kombat 1 characters. T1000 just came out, and I want to give my thoughts about the Mortal Kombat 1 situation in general. Not just Mortal Kombat 1. I will say like the last few Mortal Kombats has kind of turned me off a little bit, but I do think the games are great, but I'll talk about that. And also City of the Wolves beta came out, and I played a little bit of it. I really didn't go online as much as I wanted to. I am not an online gamer. I don't really, like to play online games like that. But I do like fighting games, and I was playing a little bit of the tutorial, and I like the mechanics, but I'm gonna give you my thoughts about those as well. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. God of War 20th anniversary, I think it's like next month, like in March. The first God of War game came out in 2005. Yes, 2005. It's been that long. A lot of people look at God of War as, let's say, what you see in God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok. You have to understand, like, from the first God of War that came out, even when God of War 3 came out, that was somewhat like of a generational, gap, the PS2 to PS3. Then the God of War 3 was remastered on PS4. Also, God of War 1 and 2 was remastered for the PS3. So even though there were generational gaps, you still have some people that may or may not really understand how huge the first, at least the first two God of Wars were. And then, all this time passes. Then in 2018, the next God of War comes out, which I'm not a big fan of God of War 2018. I didn't even finish it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not a fan of it. Excuse me. And I haven't even tried Ragnarok because, to me, I think those are different games from what I grew up playing. I started playing, like I said, the 2005 one. And when I played the 2005 one, those were like everything to me. I mean, I have them stacked over here, and I'll talk about those in a little bit. I don't have the PS2 versions up there in the bin over there that I still haven't put those games up yet. The PS2 games and stuff, they're still over there. but I do have the PS3 versions of these games that I was talking about. It's the God of War collection right here, and this was HD, high remastered. I think there were 480p games on the PS2, so it wasn't hard for them to remaster those games for the PS3. But you also had, God of War 3 that came out on the PS3, which is a phenomenal game. Now, there's a couple of other games that nobody really talk about, which I think for the 20th anniversary, this is what they should do for the 20th anniversary. I think they should go ahead and remaster all of the God of Wars from 1 through 3, and even the PSP games. I don't know if you know much about it. I know people who've been around long enough, they know about Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. I think I said lynching. That's crazy, right? Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. Those are the type of games that were on the PSP. And they did get a remaster on the Origins collection, which I have this right here, which I need to get a red case for this. But this is the Origin collection. And obviously you had God of War 3 that came out on PS3. And there's another game that came out on the PS3 that nobody really talks about, and it's locked away on the PS3. It's God of War Ascension. So this is another game that honestly, I thought it was actually pretty solid. And nobody really talks about this game to the point where they want to see it re-released. I think what they should do is take this entire collection. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Put all 6 of these games and put them in a bundle. Put them all in a bundle from the collection. 1 and 2. Go ahead and upscale these to 4K, 60 frames per second, and run with this. Or they could just, I guess they could do like a Resident Evil style thing, where they can just remake them completely, which I think that'll take a lot of time. And if this is the 20th anniversary, unless they've been doing something behind the scenes, I don't see them doing that type of overhaul. But the least will put this game in 4K, the Origins, which are PSP games, put these in 4K, because these are I think these are high definition in the 1080p. I think these were put in the 1080p, just up res in the 4K, and give them some quality of life treatment. Some things that have the mechanics be up to par of the day. But I think the mechanics are fine. Also with God of War Ascension, go ahead and look, this right here. I don't think this will be the reason why people will buy it, because this game was not as prominent as, let's say, the other games. But a lot of people may or may not have really got into this game. This would be a reason that you will get it, because this game is locked away to the PS3. I think you can play it on the PlayStation Plus streaming thing. I don't know, but I don't use that. But yeah, whatever. Now, this game was already remastered on PS4. I have that over there with other PS4 games, the remastered version of this. I think that was remastered at 1080p 60. Put all these in 4K, give them, all the great treatment. And I don't care for Ragnarok. I don't care for God of War 2018. I'm on record saying that. I don't like the games. I think if it was just another character, it'd be different. But the fact is, Kratos, I only know Kratos from these games. Like the way that the mechanics of these games were, in my opinion, much, much better than what they did with 2018. I just don't like the way those games play. I tried. I went about 50% in on the 2018 version, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I didn't even buy the Ragnarok. I may buy it at some point if I find it for like $5 or something, and probably give it a go. But I just couldn't get past the mechanics of the game. It's like, oh, man, this is rough. But that's just me. Some people love them. Some people swear by the 2018 versions. But in my opinion, these games right here, this version of God of War, all of these are the ones, in my opinion, that was just absolutely awesome. They're just great. And I also think at the end of the day, what we're going to probably have to do is get them to push them to do this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they know that people want the games. I mean, we don't have to really say much. I guess if you put the word of mouth out there, it'll catch somebody's attention. But I think even on the PlayStation Plus, I think these are like one of the most played games that are being streamed through the PlayStation Now. Is it still called PlayStation Now? I think it's still called the PlayStation Now, where you basically can get play those games for like a subscription service style of price. And I don't know that many people who play that, but from what I've heard, that is like the most played games on that streaming service, God of War 1 and 2. So get the Origins collection and get God of War Ascension, even God of War 3. Go ahead and put these all in 4K and re-release them. And hell, on top of that, it doesn't even have to be just a PlayStation exclusive. Put them on PC. You already put Ragnarok. You already put God of War 2018 on PC. Put them on PC. I think these will do very well. And I've known people for a long time who've been wanting God of War on PC. They've been wanting, I mean, not just the 2018 and Ragnarok, but they've been wanting these, God of Wars on PC. And it's kind of like similar to like how long people have been wanting Halo to be on PC, because I think Halo was already on PC at some point. I think 1 and 2 or something like that. But I think once it got to the 360, I think they kind of got away from it. So they've been wanting it. Now they got it. They got, Halo on, PC. I think God of War is one of those series that people would love to get, 1, 2, 3, the Ascension, the Origins collections. I think they will do phenomenal on Steam. I really think so. So I really think that this is something that they could do for the 20th anniversary. I haven't heard any rumblings about it. Maybe they'll do it. I would love to see it happen. This is something that, I would, really, I would support. Absolutely. For me, I don't know what console I will get it for. I'll probably get it for the PlayStation. I probably won't buy them on PC unless they come down on a sale or something. Because to me, I feel like God of War is a Sony game. Obviously, it is, and I just don't see myself playing it anywhere else. So, yeah. So enough of that. Let's jump into Mortal Kombat 1 and the characters. I don't have a problem with Mortal Kombat 1 in general. I think Mortal Kombat 1 itself is actually a pretty good game. I feel like the mechanics of all the Mortal Kombats are pretty good. I mean, even the 3D Mortal Kombats, the Deadly Alliances and all, and, I like those games, but I do feel like with the characters, I kind of think they kind of went overboard with what they've done with the characters. Just something about the characters, I feel like they were just, I think it's a Warner Brothers thing, but I think they overdid it. I remember back in Mortal Kombat 9 when they did Freddy Krueger. I thought Freddy Krueger was pretty cool. That was a nice little gesture to put that out there. People thought it was great or whatever. Then MKX came out. MKX came out and XL came out. That's when you had I think you had Jason, you had Predator, you also had who all was on Mortal Kombat X? Let me look that up. I can't remember. Let me look that up. Okay, I know about Devora, all that other stuff. Let's see. Come on. There we go. All right, let's see. I don't care about the plot. Okay. Yeah, Jason, you had Predator. You had Leatherface, Alien. Yeah, that type of stuff. I'm like, it's cool to have like one person from a movie, but then they just go all 80s with with the Predator. Then you got, I don't even know, is Tremor. I remember the movie Tremor, but I don't think it's the same Tremor from the movies. Tremor movies was he was a original character for MK. I thought he was already a Mortal Kombat trilogy character at one point. But yeah, you got like Alien. I'm like, I felt like it started getting cheesy after that, because I thought Freddy Krueger was cool, and I thought at that point I felt like that's where it should end. But once you put your foot in that door, you're going to go in the whole house. That's just how it is. So when you started seeing this, I was like, yeah, all right. And then you turn around to MK11. Who was the characters in MK11? I'm gonna look this up right here as well, because I think they had a Rambo or something like that. I never played with them because I played Mortal Kombat just for the OG characters. I'm not gonna sit here. It's just me. I'm not gonna sit here and play Mortal Kombat for RoboCop. I don't want to play for Melina. I'm sorry, not Melina, but for John Rambo. Definitely play for Melina. Terminator. Spawn was. I can see Spawn. Okay. The Spawn is. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that kind of character coming in. But like I said, we going all 80s with this. I mean, they even put the Joker in, which I understand why they put the Joker in, because the Joker was a thing from Mortal Kombat versus DC. I get it. But it's still, even Mortal Kombat versus DC, I never got into that game. And truth be told, I didn't really notice that was Mortal Kombat 8. I just didn't know that. But hey, it is what it is. It's cool. But, if you bought the entire Aftermath pack, or if you got XL, you got all the characters. And I did. I have all the characters on Mortal Kombat 11. I think it's a great game. I think it's actually, I don't know, man. Mortal Kombat X is like really, really good. But I feel like, Mortal Kombat 11 was good. I really enjoyed it. But when you start seeing like RoboCop and Rambo and Terminator, I was like, well, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? To me, I just never got into stuff like that. And then and to me, it already got bad. It was already bad, but it got worse with Mortal Kombat 1. And the thing about Mortal Kombat 1 is this is a game that wasn't really, it wasn't received well after a while. People got really wary of this game. People didn't want to play this game in tournaments. People did not want to play this game pretty much at all, if not online or whatever. To me, it just wasn't received well. It doesn't mean that it's a bad game. I just don't think it was received very well. Now, when you look at the publication scores, you got 8s, 9s, 3.5 out of 5. You got a lot of pretty good reviews, but I think a lot of people was like not necessarily they're not necessarily into this game as much. I'm looking at this right here. I didn't know that Mortal Kombat 1 was banned in Japan and South Korea. I know Mortal Kombat never really did well in Japan. They always tried to do these things where it was, somewhat censored. But I didn't know Mortal Kombat 1 was actually banned. I wonder if is the other ones banned too? I don't know. I mean, I'm not worried about that too much. But when you look at the DLC and some of these characters that came in, I mean, you got Homelander, Peacemaker, which he's from the DC universe. Homelander this is T-1000, Ghostface, Conan. Is like this type of stuff. Look, I don't have nothing against the game. I think the game is good, but when I look at Mortal Kombat, I just don't see myself playing, as Ghostface and stuff. I think they just went a little overboard with the guest characters. And I think with the whole thing with Freddy Krueger, I think that once they did that with Mortal Kombat 9, like I said, they took that inch and then they ran with the mile. And I was like, oh man, they are really, really going in with this. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is, y'all. This is how y'all want to do this. I'm not necessarily against it. It's just that the fact that I'm just it to me is not my cup of tea, and that's okay. To me, like I said, when I want to play with, when I want to play Mortal Kombat, I want to play with the people that I know that Mortal Kombat is associated with. I never would have thought in a million years, even as growing up in the 90s and in the early 2000s, that somebody like Conan the Barbarian would be in Mortal Kombat. You know, to be honest, I don't even feel comfortable pulling a fatality off on a Conan or a Ghostface or a T1000. Like, how you pull a fatality off on T1000? I mean, dude is like liquid metal. You know what I'm saying? It to me is like really weird. You know, I didn't even know Omni Man was in the game. I just noticed that. But that's just going to show you, I haven't played much of this game at all because of the, I just didn't get, I couldn't get into it. And I don't think it's a bad game. It just never captivated me. Something about the game was just kind of off. Some people look at this game like it was a part of Injustice. It was like an Injustice game. So I was like, okay, that's where the cameos come in because it's like Injustice. But it never caught on to me. If I go back and play Mortal Kombat, I actually have fun playing like the first or the recent, I guess it's not a trilogy now, is it? 9, 10, and 11, Mortal Kombat X, and Mortal Kombat 11. Those three are like the trilogy. Like I love playing. Like I go back and play those all day. And even with, if I really want to go throwback, I'll play the Mortal Kombat that's on MS-DOS, which is, those are really good, and I mean, that's just me. It's like, I don't know, man. I just find it weird that this is a thing, this is a thing that they really was running with. And it is, I think in my opinion is pretty much out of hand with the guest characters. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's just something I can't get with at the end of the day. But going forward, looking at the last thing we're going to talk about here is City of the Wolves beta. I did play Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I think it's an excellent game. It does have a little bit of things they need to, work on. It's a beta. That's what you expect. Something's not going to be all the way right. But I do like the fact that I love playing with Rock. I thought playing with Rock felt really, really good. Terry was okay as well. I only played with those two. Those are the only two characters I really played with. And I just thought it was a really cool beta. And I didn't really take much, I really didn't look too much into past that. It's just a beta. Play it, see how it feels, see what you're going to be looking forward to when the game comes out in April, and just go from there. I see a lot of people really saying like, hey, we need to talk, something needs to be done. But yeah, it's a beta. I mean, that's how it's going to be. A beta is going to be like that, where there's some things that need to be fixed. Some things, this could be an early build where they already know the issues. They just put it out there for people to play. And those issues are probably already done and taken care of. But at the end of the day, I'm more like, okay, what are we going to do when this game comes out? And are they going to have most of these issues? You just don't know. There's some people saying like there are matchmaking issues, a little bit of lag in the game, some other stuff that's going on. And if that's expected to be in a beta, I don't expect the beta to be on point. But the purpose of a beta is to give feedback, so you will let them know, hey, this is this is that, and give as much feedback as possible. I mean, for me, I played maybe like 1 or 2 online games. I didn't have that much of an issue. I did encounter a little bit of lag, but maybe that was on my end with my internet connection. But overall, I think it was a solid, it's a solid beta. I mean, I think the beta is going to be gone, on Tuesday. And I got a chance to play it, and I thought it was pretty solid. I would definitely be picking the game up, and also what it done, it made me want to go back and play more of KOF 15, which that is a game that I tried to get into a little bit, and I didn't get into it as much as I did with 14. I think 13 and 14 are absolutely amazing. I think KOF 13 has been re-released on the PS4. I think that is something that you should pick up if you haven't played KOF 13. It's a really good game, but I just think with I played a lot of 14 because of 13, but I didn't get into 15 as much as I should. But I have put it back into the PS5 and started playing it. And, I got the PS4 version because I couldn't find the PS5 when I bought it. I bought this like day one, but the PS5 version was not available. But if you see right there, you can upgrade to the PS5. So I do have the PS5 version, even though it's not official a copy. What I would like to get though, I would like to get like a steel case of KOF 15 if they have one, because I got a steel case of KOF 14, and I love that case. That case with not Kyo, but yeah, Kusanagi. Yeah, he's on the front of the cover, and it just looks great. I love the way that still case looks. It looks phenomenal. So that's pretty much it. I mean, the three things I wanted to talk about. Said I was going to be on here for about 30, 45 minutes. I do want to touch on one more thing before I get out of here. I think once I get everything set up in here, I think I'm obviously going to get a couch in here. I have some racing wheels that I damn near forgot I had. When I was moving my stuff over here, I forgot I had a race wheel. I have the OG Xbox 360 racing wheel that looks like the old Xbox 360. I have that, and I have an Xbox One. I guess it still work with the series, but Xbox One racing wheel. And I was like, man, I need to hook those up and try to run some games on it, and play something, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna set up I have a racing wheel set up in here where I got to think about how I'm gonna do this. I said I was gonna put my retro games over there, but if I do get it one set up, I'm probably just gonna put my racing wheel over there, or I'll put it like in a closet or something, just to have it on standby, and have it to play it whenever I get ready. Because I do love racing games. I used to play a lot of Forza 2 with my racing wheel, the one on the 360, and the one on the Xbox One. I played a lot of Forza 5. I don't have my Sony ones anymore. I used to have a PlayStation 2 one, and I used to have a PlayStation 4 one. And the PlayStation 4 one was backwards compatible with the PS3. And I used to play Forza 6. I played a little bit of what was that other game that came out around that time? Drive Club. I played some Drive Club with it, and I kind of miss it. It was the T80 driving the T80 steering wheel, but I may upgrade and try to get the T150. I'm not that big on like buying like the G920s or anything like that by Logitech or anything like that. I just want something just that a basic that will work casually, drive around with. Like I said, I have the Xbox One, the F458 Ferrari one. I have that, but all that stuff is downstairs in the garage. I need to bring that stuff up here. And I was looking at some fold away racing wheels stands, and the price on those things have went down a lot. They were at one point, these things were like maybe, let's say what, 20. I didn't say 20, I'm talking about 20. I'll say it was probably like $200-$300, which some of them are still out, but now I've seen some stands as cheap as like 60, 70, maybe $80. And I know I got to make sure I get what I pay for, make sure I get something that's quality, but I'm willing to go up to probably about maybe $100, $120 for a nice stand if I can get one that will actually, be sturdy enough for me to drive, like sitting up here in front of the TV and just driving it while I'm sitting on the couch that I want to buy. So those are the things I want to do, as far as that. I want to get another couch, get a racing wheel stand for my racing wheels. And this TV right here is pretty solid, but I already promised my wife that I promised her that I was going to get her a TV for her office. And so she told me if I buy another TV, she'll take this one because this was a nice 4K HDR TV, really nice. And she wants to watch, her TV shows or whatever. And when she's in the office, she'll probably just have it on, playing some music or whatever. Just no telling. It just, she just wants one for her office. And I'm like, cool. And she was like, well, I don't need a new one. If you're buying another one, just give me the one that's up here. And I was like, oh, bet, that's not a problem. So I plan on, this is a 55 inch. I plan on jumping up to 65 inch, get one of those, put that on this stand right here, take that one down, make sure I mount it up onto the wall in her office. And, as long as she's satisfied, that's all that matters, right? And that's just the plan. But within the coming weeks, within the coming months, you'll see all of this here is going to be it's going to continue to be upgraded. All my little what you calls right here, my wall, the stuff that goes on my wall, I'm going to be putting that stuff up here. I got my Georgia Southern stuff I need to put up here. I'm trying to think what else I want to do in this room. I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to do anything absolutely crazy or whatever. I just want to have a nice little atmospheric setting to play some games and watch some sports and chill out and just have my own little area that's a man cave. It's something I've been wanting ever since I left South Carolina and we was able to move here. I had a room similar to this. Now I got it back. And if you see my old videos, you'll see how those videos look when I had everything in the room. This one's a little bit cleaner, not saying that it's dirty or nothing, but it's just a little bit more cleaner where I can actually navigate a little better. It's not as narrow as the last one is. So I can put things in places and I have a little bit more room, even though it's not as long, it's more wider than the last room. So I can have a much more cleaner setup where everything is like a little more accessible. Everything, because when you have a narrow space, it's like you got to navigate around things to get stuff. But when you have a wider space, I can navigate a little better, and I have much more room to put things together, like you have now. Because even in my old place, it like the games that was behind me, it was a little bit closer, but now you can see they're further back, and up here is a little bit better. I actually have a closet up here, and I have a bathroom as well, so that helps out as well. So all that is in the works. Hopefully that will happen in due time. I'm going to get up out of here. If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it. Some viewers came in and came out. I can't blame them. It's all good. Just you came through, decided to click on. I really appreciate that. If you haven't already, if you're watching this on the VOD or whatever, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Trying to do this at least every other day where we could chop it up, talk about gaming, probably have some people up here. We could talk about some things and actually have a pretty good time. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to get up out of here. It's 10 o'clock where I am right now, Eastern time. I'm probably going to play a few games and got a little bit of things I have to do tomorrow, but I'll be back with another video and hopefully you guys enjoy it and hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a good night. Peace.